Hey, what's going on? It's Ultimo Dallas here, and I ain't got Chef Russell lunch in the past few days. Just haven't been in the right mood, so here, fuck it. Got some wrestling shit in. And one review. On the showcase, because I just got this in. But got this in a couple of days ago. This is the Jadit Sports Presents Best of Bruiser Brody, Volume 1. Matches from all over the world. Matches, promos, videos, and more. Jadit Sports would like to say thanks to Miss Barbara Goodish and Jeff Goodish, Bruiser's wife and son, for being part of this project. We enjoy getting to know you and welcome you to the future releases. Some of the stars on DVD by B. Duncombe Jr., Scott Casey, Jim Duggan, Buck Robley, Tiger Conway Jr., come on, Dick Slater, Kamala, Jerry Lawler, Dick the Bruiser, Big Bubba, Nick Bockwinkel. Okay, Joe LeDuc. You just want attention, huh? Wahoo McDaniels, Chris Adams and Bowie Express, Al Madrill. Though she just got clipped today, so she's all wanting attention. Killer, Tim Brooks, Austin Ellis, plus many more. Okay, would you go lay down? You can come back at the end. Go lay down. Go lay down. I kind of need this area. That happens. It's a 3. Oh, it already popped up. It's a 3-hour DVD. I threw this thing in the other night. Was it last night? It was. And oh man. Okay, remember back in like the mid to late 90s when you're tape trading and you find this guy and his email address is like Taz420 at AOL.com or CompuServe or some shit like this. And he's got a huge, great list, but his shit's really cheaply priced. You're like, okay, why isn't he order when you found out why? So his shit's all third generation. Imagine if you took that third generation tape you got from him and went and got the cheapest set top DVD recorder with a VCR built in, put that tape in and just hit record on the DVD side. That's what you get. This is like, it looks like they ripped YouTube shit and then reconverted it for DVD. It's not good. It's blurry. It's not, you can tell what's going on, but oh man. All this stuff on here I've seen better quality, and also matches from all over the world. 90% of this is all from Texas. Southwest, the Blanchard promotion, and then there's Texas All-Star, which is kind of cool. That stuff's in better shape than the other, but it still ain't great. You get to see Gary Hart's always cool, but yeah, this was it's like $8-9. No, skip this. This is gonna be getting thrown on the table for $5 because somebody will buy it. But yeah, I'm not. No. And then what we got here for the showcase? This is the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, the tag teams. And I did the Heels book not that long ago. This is who did this one? What is? Oh, it's got a forward by Bobby Eaton. That's kind of cool. What's our categories this time? We got the top 20, of course. The next 5, the Golden Era, the Brothers, the Territorial Era, the Evil Foreigners, the National Era. Okay. It's Greg Oliver and Steven Johnson. I was trying to remember their name. It's a start of the teams here. A little history in the front. That's no. I'm not even flipped through this. This came in today, and this was the $20, $18.95 book, and you find it for like $10 to $12 on Amazon. And the person I got this from said it was used, but the only little that corner right there is slightly dinged. That was the only ding. Number 1, the Fabulous Kangaroos. Oh shit, Al Costello and Roy Hefferson, and later Costello and partners Ray St. Clair and Don Kent. Al Snow was a Fabulous Kangaroo at one time. There's a picture of him. Let's see. Ooh, we got quite a few pages on this. It's going to be fun to read. The Road Warriors. I would not have them at number 2, but I've never been a huge Road Warriors fan. It's a good picture of them, too, watching the matches backstage. I know, because I just never was a huge Road Warriors. The British Bulldogs are number 3. That's actually not a bad. Oh, God, look how young they are. That's them in Stampede. Look at that. Davey Boy looks like he's about 20 years old. And they are in WWE with Matilda. The Disick Riot Squad. Huh, never even heard of them. The Four Deucic, Wrestling's White Riot Squad. Huh. I don't know shit about the Deucics. Pat Patterson, Ray Stevens, of course. I knew they'd be in the top something. No one I've heard so much about. I don't think I've seen much of their matches. It's a tag team. Well, that's a good picture. We've got Ted DiBiase Sr., Hardboiled Haggerty, and Pat Patterson, Ray Stevens. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Lars and Gene Anderson, who were never actually. And then Gene and Ole. There's a picture of Gene and Ole. None of them are really Andersons, right? Maybe Lars. Like one of them's a really Anderson. The Fabulous Freebirds. Oh, shit. There's old Terry Gordy and Bam Bam. And Terry Gordy and Michael P.S. Hayes when they were young as fuck. Might have been when they were still wrestling in the Mississippi area. And, of course, we got them in the UWF. This is where I know them the best from, UWF. I mean, I know they're huge in Georgia and WCCW and all that. But the Assassins. And it shows them masked and then unmasked, where it's Tom Ernesto and Jody Hamilton. The Real Assassins. That's kind of cool. The Rock and Roll Express. So good. It's the Rock and Rolls and Jerry Lawler playing cards in the locker room. Oh, I wonder how much card playing actually going on now with smartphones and all that shit. I bet you get that much. Oh, geez, these outfits the Rock and Rolls got on. The Midnight Express. And the first one they're going to show is going to be Dennis and Bobby. Did they show the other team? The Great Goliath and Black Gordman. Another one I've heard names, but I don't know shit about them. So I get to read up on them. Larry Henry and Harley Race. This is one, yeah. I heard a lot about that team. It's AWA tag team. Bruiser and Crusher. And they are beating on Blackjack Mulligan. Ben and Mike Sharp. Oh, yeah, I forget. Wow. Mike Sharp. Is that the original Mike? The Mike Sharp I'm thinking of? It can't be because I'm saying this is back in the 50s. Okay, it can't be Arn and Tully, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, of course. The Interns. Listen to the story here again. Though it happened more than 35 years ago, Ken Ramey and Jim Starr remember the drill like it was yesterday. Ramey and the medics, Starr and Billy Garrett and Mass Regalia, would drive to the police station at the south end of Miami Beach. There, the local authorities will put them in a cruiser and take them to the old Jackie Gleason Auditorium. After the match, police officers used trained dogs to keep angry fans at bay. They put Ramey and medics in a squad car, returned them to their own vehicle, and guided them to safety. They'd escort us all the way up Old 30 calls, where Ramey recalls. There'd be two cars in back of us, and they'd get a bus to slow down so the cars couldn't pass us, and that way we could get out of town. The fucking medics. Another one of the teams heard, good amount about, have not seen anything. Mike and Doc Gallagher, never heard of them. It's in the 50s, that's why. That is why. The Komakoffs? No idea. Huh. The Von Brauners. In the car with their manager. I've heard of the Von Brauners. Rip Hawk and Swede Hansen. Didn't they go from become fairly big in Japan? Okay, then we're in the next five. Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. And we got the softball team for Big Time Wrestling back in 1960. So they get so many great photos for these. The Fabulous Fargos, of course. Gotta have the Fargos. The Hollywood Blondes. Jerry Brown and Dale Roberts were Humperdinck. So this includes every version of them because there's so many Hollywood Blondes. The Royal Kangaroos. The Vachons. The Golden Eras of 50s, mid-60s. Red, Lou Bastine. George and Bobby Becker. Brute Bernard and Skull Murphy. Wasn't there Skull Murphy on the Indies a few years ago? I know that name for some reason. Guy and Joe Beretti. Corsica Joe and Corsica Jean. One of them became Gypsy Joe, didn't he? Don Curtis and Mark Lewin, Billy Darnell and Bill Melbley. The Golden Grahams, Eddie and Jerry. The Kentuckians, Grizzly Smith and Luke Brown. The Millers, Ed, Dan, and Bill. Art and Stan Nielsen. Tony Rocca and Miguel Perez. The Madison Square Garden Riot of 57. That's when they started banning anybody under the age of like 14 or so from the it's quite a few pages on. George and Sandy Scott. The Smith brothers. John and Al Smith, no clue. It's a good picture. Look at this shit. They're doing like some crazy splits. Integrating the South. Bearcat Brown. The brothers teams, Jerry and Jack Briscoe, of course. The Cormiers of the K. Burke brothers. The Fields brothers. There's little doubt about the identity of the first family wrestling in the Gulf Coast area. Lee, Don, and Bobby Fields were leading figures in the territory for 2 decades as owners, promoters, and tag team partners. The three Fields brothers, real last name Hatfield, were sons of Virgil Speedy Hatfield, legendary referee who hooked on wrestling early age. We just grew up around it, Bobby said. Okay, these are the ones that my parents and my grandparents told me about. Oh, seeing them multiple times. Dory and Terry Funk, Nick and Jerry Kozak, the Fabulous Rougeaus, great fucking tag team. The Tolos brothers, the Torres brothers, the Von Erichs, of course, father and son teams. The territorial era, 60s through the 80s. Red and Bastine and Billy Red Lions. Hercules Cortez, George Becker and Johnny Weaver. The Blackjacks. Aldo Bogny and Bronco Lubitsch. Tony Bourne and Lonnie May. The Dalton Gang. There's still, this is how big the Daltons were in the South. There are still wrestlers in Mississippi that are claiming to be part of this Dalton family. What is it? Frank Dalton. Original team consisted of Jack and Jim Dalton, a.k.a. Don Fargo and Jim Baggis. When Baggis left in 65, Frank and Gene Stevens replaced him. Frank Dalton, Gene Stevens. He kept the team rolling thanks to a little help from Kelly. Okay, so. Okay. And there is one still legit Dalton working Frank's son, Andy Dalton, Russell's now. Ted DiBiase and Steve Williams. I forget they were a tag team. The Fabulous Ones. Oh, God. That poster. I remember that poster. Well, I knew somebody had that poster. Ric Flair and Greg Valentine, Tony Gurry and Dean Ho, Rick Martel, Jose Escohun and Larry Sabisco, Tony Gurria, Bob Geigel and Bob Brown, the Heavenly Bodies, the original Heavenly Bodies, Al and Don Green, Phil Hickerson and Dennis Condrey. It's look like 2 dudes that you see sitting in the bar that you don't want to fuck with because they'll beat your ass. I mean, and Hickerson's supposedly pretty badass. Carter Condrey's a badass too. The High Flyers, that's Greg Gagne and Jim Brunzell. Mr. High and Mr. Low. Doug Gilbert and Dick Steinborn. Okay. Wait, Doug. The Infernos. Duke Kiyomuka and Hiro Matsuda. Okay. The Love Brothers, Hartfield and Reginald Love. The Monroes, Jet Sputnik, and the first Rocket Monroe. Okay. The Moondogs, original Moondogs, Randy Colley Rex and Ed White King. Got a section on Two Below concession stand. Okay. This is very okay. It's Larry Latham on one side, who was a Moondog. The other side is Wayne Ferris. It's going to be on the right. And Wayne Ferris, they're the Blonde Bombers, but then Wayne Ferris is Honky Tonk Man. Look at that. I mean, you look at the face clearly, you can tell it's Honky Tonk Man. You're like, whoa. It's a little concession stand wrong. Murder Inc., which was Stan Kowalski and Tiny Mills, Mysterious Medics, Tony Gonzalez and Donald Lordy. The Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis. That's the Danny Davis that ran Ohio Valley for some. The Outlaws, which was Dick Murdoch and Dusty Rhodes. Playboy Buddy Rose and Ed Wachowski. That's Colonel De Beers. That's what his wrestling name was. Yeah, the white supremacist guy who's supposedly like one of the nicest guys in the business. Sergeant Slaughter and Don Kernodle. Ricky Steamboat and Jay Youngblood. That's a team I forget about. The Final Conflict. The Valiants, Jimmy and Johnny Valiant. Met Jimmy Valiant, super nice guy, super nice. Mr. Wrestling 1 and 2. The Evil Foreigners, Mitsu Arakawa and Kenji Shibuya. I probably just. Okay, here's a great little open. I'll read like this first paragraph here. It takes a certain type of person to be a Japanese heel and usually meant being Japanese American. I think it was kind of funny you got the most with the American people, said Hawaiian Great Don Morocco. The Japanese just can't translate that kind of arrogance into interviews. Not the very best workers. The American Japanese guys are the best interview people of all the Japanese wrestlers. Shibuya, Fuji, Tanaka, and Moto. Professor Fuji, Mr. Fuji, and Professor Tanaka. The Mongols, Gedo and Bolo. And there's Beepo. Beepo was Nikolai Volkov. And Bolo, I think, was the Mass Superstar X and Demolition. The Sheepherders, okay. Younger folks, you know Sheepherders as the Bushwhackers, but look at this bloody ass picture. Look at that shit. Isn't that fucking amazing? That's the sheep. That's what the Sheepherders meant. And then we got them. There's the Bushwhackers that, on Urkel's show and licking each other's heads and shit. The Sicilians, Tony Altomore and Lou Albano. They're the ones the mob threatened. I think they were. The Von Steigers, Carl von Hess, and Carl von Schultz. The Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. The early days in Calgary. Old Dale Roy, if you're watching. You remember that shit? You're old enough in one of your... Yeah, you're St. Pete. That's good. The national era from the 80s to present. Chris Adams and Gino Hernandez, the dynamic duo. Originally was Tully Blanchard and Hernandez. The APA. Really? Wow. Okay, that's cool, though. Bradshaw and Farouk getting to mention. Demolition, of course. The Dudley Boys, I figured that. Edge and Christian, the Fantastics. Bobby Fulton not doing good. They're talking about all the kind of rip-offs of the fabulous ones. We got New York Dolls, which was Rip McGraw and Troy Dream Machine Graham. Okay, it's Memphis. The Rock and Roll Express, of course. The Midnight Rockers, which was Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. AWA, blah, 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 blah. Fantastics. Bobby Fulton and Tommy Roger. Rock and Roll RPMs, Maniac Mike Davis and Tommy Lane. I remember them. The Rock and Roll Rebels, Greg Evans, John Michael, Steve Pritchard, and Richard Sartain worked for various alliances and for Jody Hamilton's promotion in Georgia in the late 80s. The Southern Rockers, Steve Dahl and Scott Peterson, that's Portland. Pretty Young Things, Coco Beware, Novell Austin. The New Fabulous Ones, Eddie Gilbert and Tommy Rich. The New Breed, Son Roll and Chris Champion. Should I do the Jamie Dundee impression of Chris Champion when he called him pissed off? The American Males, Doug Furnace and Phil LaFont, the Hardy Boys. Met Matt. Matt's really cool. I have not met Jeff yet. Harlem Heat. The Hart Foundation. Killer Bees. One of the Killer Bees runs Cauliflower Highway now. The Midnight Rockers. The Miracle Violence Combination. Situation. The Nasty Boys. The Big Guys. Men on the Mission. Zambui Express. And to all the different big fat teams. The Hillbillies, Natural Disasters, Uncle Elmer, Cousin Luke, and Hillbilly Jim. The New Age Outlaws. Okay, the Steiners. And that's it. That looks amazing. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm getting ready to head out. I got to go eat and shit, but talk to everybody later. Maggie, you want to come say bye-bye? Maggie. 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 Come on. Come show everybody your new sweater. It's a spoiled, huh? Because you spoil puppies. Yeah, she just got clipped today and she ain't happy. She ain't happy. She got clipped. All right, we're out.